What if Mount Fuji, that iconic, solitary, and perfectly conical sentinel of Japan, wasn't just a mountain, but a cosmic gateway? It sounds insane, a legend ripped from a fevered dream. Yet if it were true, then all of human history on this planet might just be a carefully orchestrated illusion. Imagine the sheer, terrifying implications. Every pilgrimage, every poem, every brushstroke of hockey-sized art depicting the sacred peak would not be merely an appreciation of nature, but a subconscious, generations-long ritual honoring the hinge point between our reality and something incomprehensibly vast. Our entire civilization, built upon the shifting sands of a geological anomaly, might actually be rooted in the silent, hidden machinery of a star-spanning transportation network. For centuries, mankind has been drawn to its sublime height. Why? The sheer visual perfection is one thing, yet across time, the people of Japan have endowed Fuji with a profound, almost primal spiritual gravity. Shinto shrines, dedicated to the mountain goddess Konohana Sakuhaime Sengen, dot its slopes and summit. But what if she isn't just a goddess of blossoms and fragile life, but a guardian, the ancient gatekeeper whose myths were purposefully woven to both honor and conceal the mountain's true function? The deep-rooted belief that mountains are the abode of the dead, the dwelling place of kami gods, and the realm of ascetic practices like Shugandad, takes on a chilling new context. The ancient texts and legends become less about worship and more about a veiled protocol. Consider the tale of the bamboo cutter Takatori Monogatari, often cited as Japan's oldest prose narrative, where the moon princess Kaguya-hime leaves a vial of the elixir of immortality.
Whoa.
Where does the broken-hearted emperor order the elixir to be burned? On the summit of the mountain closest to heaven Fuji. The smoke rising to the heavens, mentioned in early versions, wasn't just a sign of a temperamental volcano, it was the beacon of a ritual, the byproduct of attempting to send a gift, a sacrifice, or a communication to a world beyond. The eternal smoke was not magma venting, but the subtle, residual energy signature of an active, enormous interdimensional transit device, a colossal, conical stargate whose very geometry perfect. Symmetrical Kani is the ideal standing wave resonator. The initial theory from a scientific perspective, completely separate from the myth, would point to Fuji's truly anomalous geological position. It rests at the triple junction of three major tectonic plates, the Amurian, the Okhotsk, and the Philippine Sea plates. This region is a chaotic crucible of immense, conflicting energies.
Pivotal moment.
Standard volcanology explains the magma in eruptions.
Unwavering
but what if the true anomaly is not the volcano itself, but the singular point of energy convergence it represents?
Breaking news.
Modern, clandestine research might have uncovered a bizarre, non-geological energy signature pulsing deep within the mountain's core. Perhaps a harmonic frequency far beyond the Schumann resonance. Deep magma chambers and volatile crustal instability could be merely the side defects of a vast, contained, and incredibly powerful non-terrestrial engine operating beneath the crust, an energy source manipulating space-time. A deeper, more esoteric perspective suggests that Fuji is a naturally occurring torsion field amplifier, a concept blending theoretical physics with ancient wisdom. Torsion fields are hypothetical spinning energy fields that interact weakly with matter, thought to be associated with consciousness, information, and even gravity. Because of its unique tectonic stress and its massive, symmetrical basaltic structure acting as a colossal crystal, Fuji could naturally amplify a primordial cosmic energy current that streams through this specific sector of the galaxy. This current, a kind of river in the fabric of space-time, could be naturally channeled through the mountain's structure, focusing its energy at the summit crater or within the mysterious lava caves. Like the Yoshida Teinai Juki, which historically served as a ritual purification space for pilgrims. These caves wouldn't just be hollowed rock. They'd be the physical conduits of the gateway's stabilizing field. The legendary purity required of those who are sensing it was Fuji pure. From the mountain will be a necessary measure to prevent a catastrophic consciousness feedback loop. With the immense, alien energies contained within the portal, the consequences of this being true would immediately ripple out into the natural world and the wider cosmos. On Earth, the gateway's immense power could be the silent, driving force behind the relative stability and rapid cultural advancement of the surrounding regions. Conversely, the eruptions would not be mere geological events, but massive, accidental energy discharge like the 1707 Hray eruption system briefly overloading or opening prematurely. The vast energy fluctuations could subtly influence the Pacific Ring of Fire, perhaps acting as a crucial pressure valve or, conversely, the source of regional instability. If the portal were fully active or destabilized, the entire planet's weather and geomagnetic field could be catastrophically altered. We might find unexplained, sudden shifts in the jet stream or magnetic pole wanderings that align with periods of internal seismic activity at Fuji. The mountain is the physical linchpin holding local reality in check. On a cosmic scale, Fuji's hidden existence recontextualizes our place in the universe. If it's a gateway, it's a marker, a point on a galactic map. This would explain the sudden, intense interest in the region by unknown aerial phenomenophones would be nothing more than traffic, arriving or departing from the cosmic crossroads. They wouldn't be invading, they'd be using an established, ancient infrastructure. Humanity's technological progress, particularly in fields like magnetic levitation, fiber optics, and advanced robotics, which flourished in Japan's
sovereignty
could be
over
the result
nexus
of
the
the
universe is
centuries-long
global
leakage
security.
of advanced, non-terrestrial informational data streaming through the portal's field. Entire technologies might have been unconsciously reverse-engineered from this ambient quantum noise.
Today
The impact on
we explore the
human
nature of
society would be
trans-universal
revolutionary and disastrous. Science and religion would instantly fuse and fracture. The very basis of physics would be rewritten, incorporating torsion fields and interdimensional mechanics. Simultaneously, every major religion would face a crisis, forced to reckon with the literal, physical presence of a trans-universal conduit where gods and aliens become two sides of the same phenomenon. Politics would descend into immediate global chaos. Which nation controls the nexus of the universe? Japan's serene landmark would become the most militarily contested point on the planet, an unimaginable flashpoint. The global economy would collapse as the revelation of limitless, potentially free energy from the gateway's power source renders fossil fuels and current power grids obsolete. The social fabric would tear as the understanding dawns. We are not alone. We are not independent. And our history has been a footnote in a much larger, galactic script. Everyday life would change forever. The majestic mountain would transform from an object of beauty into an object of profound existential terror. The final crescendo of this terrifying reality is the contemplation of its purpose. If Mount Fuji is a cosmic gateway, it's not a welcoming door, it is a lock. For millennia, the structure has been dormant or, at best, operating in a highly restricted mode. Perhaps due to the self-sacrifice of Konohana Sakuaheim, the goddess, guardian whose role was to ensure the gateway remains closed until the optimal, or perhaps the safest, moment. But the low-frequency earthquakes deep beneath the summit, the persistent seismic rumbling that geologists struggle to definitively explain, isn't magma stirring. That is the lock groaning. It is the pressure building as the immense forces on the other side push against a weakening dimensional seal, a seal that is tied directly to the geological fate of our planet. The massive, terrifying question that echoes from the perfect symmetry of the peak is not if the gateway exists, but what is waiting on the other side. And if Mount Fuji were truly hiding a cosmic gateway, then perhaps we only just survived the silent, millennia-long effort to keep it closed.